Okay, awesome.
Here we go with Stardust. And if you're not Stardust, I'm disappointed because that's a pretty cool tracer name.
Oh, we are all Stardust as Cygnus is.
There you go.
I see.
My teleporter is online.
Okay, sure. It's ladder, it's Plat. They might not have a sim. You're a little slow. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't think you wanted to take that TP. Why do I think you didn't want to take that TP?
So that I could be, if my team's here, then I could be like on the outside.
Right. The only reason if they TP'd, you sort of wanted to be on the outside where you could push in. If they didn't TP, you probably wanted to be out here. If you TP, your only real option is to go, well, I'm immediately going to blink over here and control this in case they're coming this way. Like,
See, I was slow because of the hesitation, because it didn't feel right, but yeah.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Crosshair, crosshair, crosshair. Okay.
Much better.
Beautiful.
You got what's coming to you.
Sure. Fine. Okay, blink. So this is what we're talking about. I know we've just gone wild about blink dodges here. This is fine. You hit this blink because you know that he's going to very quickly have a sightline on you. You're not in a great spot. Then you do some damage here. You look for him. You see that that's on you, so you're going to dodge. There should have been a blink dodge here. You have plenty of blinks. There absolutely should have been a blink dodge right past him right here, and then you're fighting him from here. And then if you still don't like it, you just blink out again, you know, when his crosshair gets close, and then he's not really going to chase you. And if he does, you'll have a third blink by then. The Mega's in play. You sort of get what I'm doing. If he doesn't chase you, you just pepper from over here. But, like, there's not a reason for you to go down to this much health right here when you just used recall, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Something similar happens later on.
I hear you. And that sort of forced you to double blink here to get this Mega when that shouldn't have been necessary. And now you're fighting him down resources. That was fine. You're gutsier than me. So, like, I look at this, and your recall's not going to help you even if you get it back because you have no HP, and you have one blink, and you're like, no, I'm using my blink to go in. Well, I'm not. Like, I'm just not using my blink to go in. I'm perfectly happy to go, I'm going to play Annoying Shepherd Tracer. I'm not going to play Bloodthirsty Elimination Tracer because I don't have health and I don't have blinks. So I'm going to bug her. I'm going to make her do things like orb herself. I'm going to charge up my pulse bomb. I'm going to make her not like this and run into the point. And if she runs into the point, she's more accessible to people like my Zarya who might deal with her. But I'm not going to use my last blink to go in right here. Make sense?
Yeah.
If
that
you
does
had
make sense.
Okay.
I think
sure.
Yeah.
If you had more blinks, this could be fine. Or if you had more health and more blinks, this could be fine. If, hey, in that situation, you wouldn't actually start shooting at her. You'd walk a little bit closer first. Then you'd blink, and then you'd start opening. And you'd open from here. You'd open from here. You'd open where you're doing more damage. Here, this is wrong on two levels. A, you shouldn't go in here. But B, you start shooting her here. And I don't really want to do that because now she's going to start reacting to taking damage. She's going to become harder to hit. And I really want, and the beginning of your clip is also going to be when you are your most accurate with a clip, effectively. And, like, I really wanted that to be here. I would much rather have 40 ammo right now than 16 ammo right now and have done 20 damage to her. You see how that works?
Okay, so blink before.
If they don't
starting.
know you're there, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, in this situation, I was not aware of my health. I was not aware of where my teammates were.
Sure.
And I was not aware of my blinks.
Moira's just do this. You have to force fade because she's gonna just fade this every time. I mean,
I was just happy that it landed.
You stuck it. I get it. I get it. Okay.
Name's McCree. I'm working.
We're taking an off angle. That's probably not it. I hate this. I hate this. Where do I want you to go?
Is it going to be high ground
High ground would have been better than what you did.
or right side?
This would have probably been my preference, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
okay. This works.
Right, so that's usually the answer to your questions.
Yeah, there you go.
On the objective.
What's Tip Pearl saying? I fell asleep in class. High ground. Oh, that's got a 20% chance of being right. Good choice.
I need healing. They're coming to stop me.
Okay, so here we are.
I'm on the objective.
Good. And this was better. You blinked in immediately. Now, she potentially saw you first, but you still blinked in before you emptied your clip. If she wasn't aware of you, even better. This is good. If you were lower on blinks, you could have played out here and been like, no, I'm just going to pepper you. I'm just going to keep the pharmacy distracted, and that's value while I'm not spending blinks. But you did the right thing given this situation.
I need healing.
I had less desire to blink into this, but that's fine. You wanted to get past the hog. We're going to stop shooting. We're going to stop feeding him. And then we're just willing to blink here again. So, like, I'm looking at this, and I'm reloading. I see that. That's fine. And now I look at this, and it's like, oh, great, whatever. Okay, this soldier's potentially here, and he's annoying. Where do you need to blink right now?
Right. Maybe. I mean,
Maybe diagonal right. Not just right,
well,
right?
but I also wouldn't necessarily want to duel him when he has healing station on, unless I am like crazy mechanically accurate.
Cool. So let's look at this. So if you blink forward, are you going to go through him, or are you going to be right in front of him?
Probably right in front of him.
So we don't really want that when he's already paying attention to us, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
We can't really blink right. Right might break soldiers' line of sight on us, but the enemy team is sort of shooting into us, and then we're with our team, and we don't really want to be with our team as a full health tracer, do we?
Not usually.
We could blink through here. That's got some potential, but we're pretty much like, we'll do some damage. We're probably not going to get an elimination, and then we're immediately going to have to use another blink to get to here, and then we're going to have to play conservative. Okay, so that's one option. If we blink here, we're basically in a worse situation because, yes, no one's going to instantly have line of sight on us, but as soon as these guys pay attention to us, we can't get out there with a blink. Maybe we can get out over here with a blink. Whereas if we blink diagonal over here, we can fight him for just a moment, and as soon as he turns, we blink again, and now we're just playing cover tracer, but we're at a slightly different angle than our team. So yeah, I sort of look at this and you go, you either go over here or you blink through here and accept that you're pretty quickly going to have to blink over here. A blink over here is an understanding that no, you're not actually going to fight him, but your next blink is going to be over here. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, because there is no, like, we've only really got 6 blink options, 6 one-dimensional blink options. We're not going backwards, we're not going here, we aren't going there, you got it. He ran from you. That was nice of him. Okay. It's fine.
Let's try that again.
Sure. I think we're probably just done here. Timing says that this fight is over. Mm-hmm.
Much better.
Okay, easy dodge. Okay, double blink into the wall there, not our favorite. Not a big deal. Right idea?
Two blinks into the same wall, or just
No, well, your
blink
first...
and one of them was into the wall.
You double blinked and the second one was just into the wall. So you blinked here,
Okay,
which was
okay.
potentially fine, but then you went blink again into the wall, and I'm like, maybe not.
Happens.
Okay, so we'd like to keep our angle here. You did the right idea of Zara's going this way. I'm going to go around the outside. You got that. Sure.
You
I
got
think you're
what's coming
drifting
to
because you
you.
see the barrier and you want to play with the barrier, but you see drifting has sort of set you up here, and this was actually your new play from spot. I totally get why the barrier pulled you in as something you can dance with that's attractive, but this gives you a better angle, makes her more uncomfortable, or makes him hog more uncomfortable, and you've still got something to play around as you are getting low on blinks here, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Get in there.
I can see the gears turning. If does he have shift? Does he have shift?
For it.
Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Stop.
Okay. Okay. So we can micro this a little better if we want, but I don't think we have to.
I think, are you gonna say, I felt like looking back at it, like she wasn't, I don't know if she was looking at me, so I could have saved blinks a little more probably.
Moira was working on you, and that's why you were using blinks. But Moira, it's not that Moira is low threat. It's that I was willing to tank Moira's. Like, I don't mind this first blink.
Oh,
I don't mind this first blink.
I did not even notice the Moira thing. I was thinking of, I
Got
thought
it.
like maybe the Pharah was not looking directly at me, so I didn't need to blink as soon. Like, totally didn't even notice the
Yeah,
Moira.
yeah, it's Moira that's hurting you. I didn't realize it was the ball rather than the grass, but it's Moira that's hurting you, and I think that's why you're blinking. You're going, I'm taking damage, I better blink. I'm taking damage, I better
I'm
blink. I think
I'm
that's what's
blinking.
happening. Go ahead.
I'm blinking because I'm scared of a pocketed Pharah in a closed room. I don't know if she one shot with Mercy Pocket?
Yeah.
Like
Well, hold on. I think.
150? I don't know.
I don't remember anymore. Is it like 152, 146? I've done the math before, but they've moved her numbers around a few
Okay,
times.
it doesn't matter. I'm just scared of
I'm
that.
at this point, yes, she can definitely one shot you. She can one shot you without the mercy pocket at this point. I'm
Right.
fairly certain that a mercy boosted rocket. I'm not fairly certain. I am moderately confident that a mercy boosted rocket can one shot you as a direct, though. Yes. So she's not looking at you. She's not looking at you. And you just blinked there before she was looking at you.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
reason. Okay, yes. My reasoning was, I was aware. I think I was aware that she's not looking at me,
Mm-hmm.
but because I'm trying to take her down and I'm
Mhm.
looking just at her, I don't know if I'm gonna take some incoming damage from somewhere else. Which
Right.
happens to be an orb in this case,
Yep.
which is unfortunate.
Absolutely. And that's fine. We go for the recall here.
Ever get that feeling of danger?
And then you get hit by her, unfortunately, when she is looking at you. And you definitely had the blinks to deal with that, and I totally get what happened, but that's just a, oh shoot, this was not the best blink in the world, she's looking at me, I just have to blink again type thing. That's life. Not a big deal.
And she's back in the game.
Okay.
Just in time.
Probably not.
Yeah, I think it was it a one. Yeah, I think okay, it wasn't 150 HP recall, but it was close. Maybe.
Well, no, it does take you back to 150 HP. I just say probably not because this
Oh,
team
sorry,
isn't a threat anymore.
I thought I meant like.
Oh.
Okay, I thought I started with 150 because I did look back at this. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why that was not a good choice.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get you back in the fight.
Yeah, you got HP off of it, but I'd have rather just gone out to the right side and gotten the health back. Oh! Fundamentals
where-
of Tracer. It
yeah.
hurts. It hurts. So this is the sort of thing where, hey, there's not a ton you can do. Like, this is why Tracer's like 149 HP more than 150 HP in some ways, because they get to deny health packs. But that's life. Now you just have to go, okay, I'm either going to leave or I'm going to fight him again. You definitely didn't fight him again right here, though. Like, if you're going, I am going to fight him rather than I'm going to leave,
I think I
you're
should've
already
blinked.
blinking through him. You're already
Yeah,
blinking through
yeah.
him. You don't want to be here anyways because look at the crossfire. This is their spawn path. Like, I don't want to be between him and their spawn path. I desperately want to be over here.
I didn't even like. So I thought when I was rewatching this, I thought I should have like blinked to the up right direction. I didn't even consider the health pack. That's a good
Yep.
point.
Helden sterben nicht.
Okay. Sure. We're gonna go around the outside. Beautiful. Okay.
Let's try that again.
Yeah, you can do that.
She did it again.
0 for 2.
Down for the count.
You're soaking this too hard. This is fine. You do it.
Down for the count.
You didn't really have to blink there, but so be it. Now Soldier's fighting you. And this is fine with Soldier fighting you. It's an easy blink past, right? This is just, you know, easiest thing in the world, we're going to blink past. Easiest thing in the world, we're going to blink past. Easiest thing in the world, we're even going to potentially blink out here. That's a less good blink because of you don't have a follow-up blink. Oh, no, you don't have a follow-up blink for it, but hey, such is life. You're fighting them, and we don't fight people like this.
Yeah, I felt like I was in a I need to contest the point situation because they have 99.
Sure, no, absolutely. Which is why you blink
Yeah.
out here and you sort of go, yep,
Okay,
now I'm over
okay.
here, now I touch off, and then, you know, it'll make them work a little harder, but not a big deal.
Okay, good.
Well, that just happened.
I mean, obviously we could have been a little more conscious of the Sigma, but it's hard to do in real time, and there, yes, he has Tac Visor. Yes, you should have blinked behind him. Yes, you had plenty of blinks to do so, but I know you don't want to get far from the point. It was junk time.
0.
Yeah, a lot of these things are hard to do in real time.
Absolutely!
1.
But we're trying to teach you the concepts of blink. The concepts
right.
of blinks should mostly be blinks are either going to work for us as dodges. They're going to, you know, this is sort of their primary function. We can use them for movement to sort of take positioning as long as we have time for them to recover. But we can also use them to move around a battlefield. But we don't want to use them just to move around a battlefield. We might use them as, if we have 3 blinks, we might use one to get in close to someone to sort of be like, this is part of a elimination play where we're opening on someone when we have a decent count of blinks. Or we can combine stuff and sort of be like, hey, my blink is dodging, but it's also getting me close to cover, where now where I'm low on blinks, I sort of play this cover tracer that we've talked about a couple times here. So like it's understanding the principles, and selecting your blinks becomes easier, not easy, but easier when you've sort of got those principles in mind. As well as, you know, off angles are good. Interesting. Okay, we're done here. He went high ground. Yep. Which means you're either going to shoot him out or you're going to take her. Okay? Beautiful. Probably didn't need the recall there, but okay. I'm actually pretty good with this still. We know that that soldier's not relevant, right? That's why that rotation isn't taken for first fight.
Yeah, I did see the Legion tower guide.
Good stuff.
I feel like it's only good for like Soldier or McCree ult, usually.
Well, it's decent for the attacking team. The rotation takes forever. The only people who can really use it, yes, are going to be the ranged hit scans like that. And to justify the rotation time, you sort of need a power boost from up there. So, yeah, ults. you kind of got it. Okay, where are you going to control? Server room, fine with me.
And control center.
Yeah, that's fine. You're going to control center, I like it.
Back in the fight.
Sure. I'm not sure we needed to leave here. Like, I look at this. They're not really paying attention to you. I get why you go out here. But I'm pretty comfortable to sort of just go, we're still okay. No, your Sigma took more space than I thought. Okay, fine. You win.
Piece of cake.
You're probably a little too easy with that recall in general, where you sort of go, hey, I do this. Yeah, he's shooting in your direction. That one's fine.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, I feel like for me, so far for me, it's been like I don't like where I am right now. This was a mistake. I need to go back to where I was before
Well,
with more health.
yeah, there's something to that if the fight is continuing, but you really have to ask, is this fight continuing? Can I just go get health packs? Can I get a harmony orb? Things like that between fights. Is it going to meaningfully slow me down? Because it is your blinks come back quickly, but your recall comes back
Right.
slowly. That's a low
Hmm.
cooldown. That said, you will, as you get better, absolutely start playing Sky Tracer, where you drop on people and you go, I'm willing to spend recall just for an assassination attempt. You'll see things like that, and yeah, that's okay. And not just like a assassination attempt in the standard sense, but like I'm going to be on, I don't know, Oasis on high ground, and I'm gonna,
Triple blink, miss the bomb and
yes,
feed.
yeah, well, the recall. Ouch. Okay, so we're challenging him head on. That's probably not right here. This is happening. Why is this still happening? His crosshair is much too close for my comfort. I'm blinking through him. Yeah.
Watch from afar.
Almost ready.
Back in the fight.
Okay.
Taking damage. Take cover.
You have control. This is over. Well, now it's not.
You've got what's coming to you.
Sure. Did this really help?
You've got what's coming to you.
Enemy engaging.
Yeah, okay. Oh no. Fine. You stop. You've still got 34 ammo. Is there not going to be how confident are you that there's not another target you can find before this reload completes?
I didn't know I was high ammo.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Your trigger discipline stopped you pretty well there as soon as that came up, so you're still good on ammo. In this particular situation, no, you probably weren't going to find another target. But that shouldn't have been a reload, because you reloaded before you looked anywhere for another target. Okay, that's fine. Oh no. Blink! Yeah.
Touch from afar.
Sure. That seems like it should have hurt him a little more than it did, but okay. I don't want to come down this way. This is okay with me. You're low on blinks, and I think you being low on blinks is causing you to err in this direction, but I don't want to go this direction. My team is in this direction. I want to go in this direction, right?
Yes, unless the soldier is right behind me, in which case I wouldn't want to be sandwiched between soldier behind me and his team.
Sure.
I just
Okay.
didn't know. I thought he was. I wasn't sure how hard he was chasing me.
Okay. Well, now you know where he is.
Oh no.
You've got what's coming to you.
That poor
It's
Moira.
0-3
0-3 on the Moira.
0-3, and she wasn't even alive.
I know. This flip shouldn't happen. Good.
Who's next?
Okay, you're gonna go control server again. He's gonna respect that he can't fight you without hook. I gave him too much credit. Sure. That's interesting. This is right. He's not looking at you. Sure, I'm good with this. I don't know that I do this last blink into here, though, right? Like, you've now blinked into the Genji. Like, do you know what happened here? Is it just that, hey, I don't like the barrier, so I have to blink?
No, I can't say.
Okay, this is weird. This was just a walk through the barrier situation. Remember, our blinks aren't just movement unless they're that initial blink in, or is that initial blink in to do damage, or when we're coming back from a respawn type situation.
Surrender to my will.
Okay.
Ready for battle.
Okay, this is because I thought I felt like they would have a Pharah because they did it on first round.
Sure.
Now,
Sure.
I didn't want to lose like the bonus SR.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough.
4, 3,
Some weird things happened though this round.
1.
Sure.
Round 3. Capture the objective.
Moira by my side.
Okay. Surely this isn't really what I'm seeing. There we go. It's a little better. If your core is going this way, I probably do want you to go this way. Okay.
I'm a little nervous going left sometimes, but yeah, I also think that would have been better.
You don't have a helix to open on her. That's life.
I'm under attack.
The objective is now.
Sure. Okay, you probably can't make me run into that sim beam, but okay. Okay, I think you've already got enough of us around and you don't need to do this rotation. You can actually see from back here when you leave. Like, yes, I want to leave this sim beam, but I see my hog there. And you actually did see your Kree there. I do kind of want to go, hey, I can run out of this Winston bubble and break this Winston bubble or whatever. I'm probably not going to go back here, though, because we've already got such a good surround on them that I'd like to keep this threatened. But that's okay.
I excited the
We'd have been so sad if we'd lost hog there. Okay.
Get into position.
Okay, what am I going to say?
My team should have been off angling.
Your team should have been off angling. You're the most mobile one. Yes, this is traditionally a hog spot, and we might have expected hog to go here, but we can recognize that he didn't, and even when you went here, McCree was already here. Okay.
I'm on fire. You'd be wise to stay out of my sight. The power of destruction.
Bad guys, heads up.
You hear it, you hear it. Oh boy, oh boy.
Do you mean the CP?
Yeah, the TP. I was just saying you hear the TP. I don't necessarily mind this. I wouldn't necessarily have... This is a sort of situation where you're doing this, you hear that they're going to make the TP play, which, you recognize that means there'll be threats to your left. I don't know that I'm willing to stay this close to the Reaper. I'm also willing to back off harder because, like, hey, this gives me... I can threaten the Reaper, I can threaten the point, like, I'm willing to run harder, and I wasn't as sure as you were that your McCree stayed, but maybe you had more info than I did.
I was not sure, and it did feel scary.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Target.
Okay. Fine. You're gonna let Hog walk through. Sure. Right idea.
Watch your back.
Hey, they did have Farah.
I've got you in my sights.
This is gonna be a weird sequence.
Yeah. Already a weird sequence. Okay.
Yep.
She's not gone yet. Okay, now she
I'm
is.
a man on a mission. Stay out of my way.
Okay. I don't love this heal station.
I'm a man on a mission.
Reason
Stay
I don't
out
love
of my
this heal
way.
station. Why don't I love this heal station?
Doesn't give me enough options.
Yeah.
Like one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that goes back to our very first review, actually. Okay.
Come here and get stabilized.
This is my will.
Holy predictable.
Interesting.
Yeah, I hope that was a fat finger, because then I like went back to look at from his perspective,
Right.
and like it didn't look like he was throwing apart from that moment, and also I guess he did jump off, but
Probably a fat finger. If you're throwing, you try to hide it better than that, right? Right?
yeah, sure.
Sure. Again, we'd like a more we'd like a heal station, just a little bit more both here, but that's life. We also recognize that our hog has given up the spot, so it's potentially time and the other team is pushing. So, and we are the one with sprint on our team. So we potentially invest this time, and boom, we can see their backline. We can shoot their front line from the side, that sort of thing. Their backline is no longer threatening us from this spot. So we'd retake it right now.
I think it's just the fact that they had hog, which
Yep. Scares you.
scary spot.
Totally
Yep.
get it.
Only gets better with age.
Enemy in my sight.
Team, heal up here. Step right up.
Okay. Wanted that a limb, did you? Okay. Okay. So, okay. Soldier, nothing too wild here. I'd like you to think a little bit more about the retake timing. I'd like you to think a little bit more about, in general, wait, where's my team? Because all three of you stacked here after winning that first fight. You didn't retake this in the fight we talked about. And then you opened over here with your team. That might have been correct if you had, like, a Tracer going this way while your core went this way or something. But Tracer Kree or Soldier Kree, you have to be more assertive about taking off angles than he does, because you have the mobility to do it. You become pretend Tracer in these situations. So little bit more of that when it comes to our soldier. And obviously, heal stations, this. Let's just try to make sure that doesn't fall out of our habit when we're back on soldier, that we can work that in, because your team could have used it better. You could have used it better if you'd popped these heal stations more here, where you have a defensive and offensive option with them. When we get to your Tracer, what we're really looking at, you were doing a pretty good job of thinking about the flanks and taking the flanks there, so we're good there. The things that we'd get into would be some general blink management stuff where you're not... It's hard. It is absolutely hard in real time to do blinks, so no, not knocking that. But we want to think a little bit more about... How do I want to put this? We want to think a little bit more about where does this blink take us in terms of, we have our speeds and we have our I can fight now. I don't want to fight while Soldier's Crosshairs on me. Like, Soldier's Crosshairs on me, it's already time to move type thing, and there's just a few too many. You're sort of tanking it right in his face, like, no, we're in my optimal range, not your optimal range, Soldier. I'm gonna win. No, you're not. Please blink. Please blink. We're looking to blink when crosshairs are just about to be lined up on us, when they're lined up on us. That is the real thing with Tracer. There's room to do that, and then there's room to go, hey, we'll shift into this second gear. There's just a little too much movement blank, a little too sort of random blank, but the big thing on your blinks is going to be, we want our blinks to be our dodges, and we want to especially notice when people like Soldier, Kree, Sigma, Hog, whatever have lined up on us, and that's when we're looking to hit our in-combat blink, and that's not happening as frequently as it should. You're not like wildly over-blinking, which is good. You have a couple where you over-blink, but you're not blinking fast enough when you are actually in some danger there. So we want to blink, and we want to blink in a way that makes sense. The next thing that I'd probably get to is you're a little... It's a little too. I don't want to say it's easy to get your recall out of you because it's not. That's not really true. But I want to say about your recalls is after you've accomplished an elimination, you're a little too willing to recall, regardless of like whether the fight's won or not, whether it makes sense. We saw one here that was a little weird, but ultimately I think fine. But we saw one that was much more worrisome, I would say, over here, where it's like, aha, I eliminated you when I recall, and it's like, why? Go get a health pack. Go get healed. You have all the time in the world type thing. Like, recalls after one fights aren't the end of the world, but, like, I'd rather have the cooldown than not. If you're really not in any danger, we don't just recall for giggles to get back to full health. And I'm seeing a little bit of that, and I don't want that to turn into a habit. Does that make sense?
Yep, makes sense.
Okay, so that's sort of where I'd go. Obviously, Tracer is really hard, and we will be working on blink management forever. We could talk a little bit more about, hey, it looks like a habit might be forming of, as soon as you finish a target, reloading, or as soon as you stop shooting, reloading, was you'll notice Tracers, especially when you get into Tracer versus Tracer, will use every last piece of their ammo a lot more. I'm not saying they never early reload, but you're going to see a lot more, okay, you don't hide every reload bind to blink. You don't go, oh, I go 40 to 0 reload. You have the trigger discipline. We saw you stopped at 34 ammo there, but we're then going to want to spend that. I don't see enough of that here to really make that a focus for you yet, but that's something that's climbing on my radar here that I'm paying attention to. But my real thing for now, where I'd really put your brain power, would be in these, oh, someone's crosshair is close, I'm hitting that blink button, and which direction am I hitting that blink button in? Like, that is really where your brain power on Tracer should be right now, because you're already doing a good job with your flanks, and I think you've got this grasp of how to play this, or if you don't, you'll quickly get this grasp of how to play this passive, low blink Tracer when you're low on stuff. So I think you don't need to be focused not as hard on that. I think you have that, and that's one of your key pieces. So your next key piece is going to be, hey, I don't want to just get blown up because I didn't blink. Getting eliminated with 2 blinks is sad.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
okay.
All that makes sense.
Cool. Then I can do general questions now. I can hop in and do maybe a point, maybe a couple team fights in the other code. Where would you like to go here?
Could we do the other one,
Sure.
perhaps? Because I definitely felt like I was getting carried, but
Sure.
I also feel like I don't know how to analyze fights well enough.
Welcome to Oasis. Ready for battle.
Do you feel like that's true for the first point, second point?
Just the game. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
5,
Okay.
4,
You have a
3,
Kree as your DPS partner, and you're looking
1.
at Winston
Round 1.
Zarya.
Capture
Not
the
going to get a
objective.
Harmony Orb or Discord Orb to play around. Okay.
Marked by the dark. Enemy.
Sure.
Oh, sorry. I need to attend to something for like 30 seconds.
Go
if
for
that's
it.
okay.
Do
I'll
what
be
you
right
need to.
back.
Do what you need to. We're going to draw pictures as we wait. Maybe we'll draw Tracer. Blinky. Blanks. I don't know. Okay. I guess we need goggles. These are going to be terrible goggles. Yeah. And then Tracer actually has a cape in some of those. Yeah. Okay. Draw Tracer. Try to stall for 30 seconds here. What else could we get into? We could start trying other heroes poorly. Probably not. Let's just start looking at our map. We ended up
Yeah, sorry
swapping
about
cons
that.
there. No problem, no problem. Okay, so we're back. You're dueling the other tracer a little bit for positioning, no problem. Sure. Gonna need to practice that a little bit more for the health back grab. And that was just kind of a little sloppy here, where this is fine, no problem. Not sure what you were blinking into, because I don't think you predicted this recall. So, like, what was the blink in here for?
Maybe to get to the next column to pressure their backline more.
Yeah, I don't know that I care. Like, you decided that you didn't want this Moira more, that you were going to reload bind cover, no problem. And you do have 3 blinks, so it's not the end of the world to blink in like this. But I don't really want to blink in like this, because this blink took you, like, you're actually behind cover now, and now this blink took you into the open. And it's not like you were breaking a choke, a corner that you thought was being held by someone's crosshair or anything, right? So, like, I don't think so. You could maybe justify blinking across this, like walk up here or walk through here and then blink across like this. Maybe you justify that. I probably still wouldn't, even with 3 blinks right now, justify that. This just kind of looks weird to me. And then you're just a little sloppy there. She's on you. You're going to have to blink immediately.
You have my thanks.
Okay, but I probably didn't want to blink here. And why didn't I want to blink here?
Little room for escape.
You're low on blinks now, you're low on health, and now
Yeah.
you're kind of in pretty deep. Whereas now, because she did good damage to you, I unfortunately probably wanted to blink a little more out to be able to play a little more low resource tracer. Okay.
Ever get that feeling? Deja vu.
The objective is now
Work your way back in. No. I get that you're scared, but now you potentially have your support. You potentially have your Ana support. As soon as this tracer left, we wanted to think about fighting our way back in here. A, we could do that with low resources. B, we're shooting from the same direction as our team now, right? So even though it felt like we lost, I'd actually rather we continue to lose this slowly than go over here and shoot. Because now this tracer has access to us in our backline here. At least even if she's beating us, even if she has a Harmony Orb and we don't, even if she's got a Winston helping her and we don't, even if we're just losing slowly, I'd rather lose the flank slowly than go, oh, well, let me contribute damage down main as tracer. No, thank you. I'll pass on that. Obviously, Ana shouldn't have stood still and let that happen, but this tracer was easier for you to contest earlier when you could press X and hope that your Ana would turn and shoot you. And even if she didn't, this tracer doesn't know that she's not going to, right? So this becomes a scarier fight for her when you're fighting her in here, when your Ana's here, as opposed to her being able to chase you back here where Ana's never going to turn around all this way for you, right?
I see. Yep.
Okay.
Down for the count. Let's cut this sausage, Bobo.
Okay, that was a little sloppy. Like, this is the second time this match where your aim has just looked a little like, okay, fine, whatever. There's Genji, you want him. Cool, he's gone. You're at 24 ammo. Okay, you do stop, I suppose, but that was
This time.
not the best.
you have my thanks.
It's not, that's okay. Good.
You need a timeout.
Okay, we can try and brute force our way through here if we want.
Let's not. You need a timeout.
I can brute force our way through here if we want, if we think we're winning hard enough. Is this a route? Are these enemies in full retreat?
No.
Okay.
It looks like they're pushing in.
Then you can go in and fight this if you want, but you're probably going to get forced out pretty quickly. I'm worried you're going to get forced out pretty quickly. So I'd probably rather be playing from here until I feel like I have the resources to just force past them, or I could consider going around. I think it's going to take too long to go around right now with where this fight is, so I'd probably just rather play this around the outside rather than use this blink. That didn't really make my angle better. It's making me do a little damage, but she can force another blink out of me, like, immediately, can't she?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really have, and if she forces another blink out of me, that blink's going to have to be to leave because I used 1 blink to get in. I've only got 1 left. This doesn't really work. Like, I blinked in to do a little more damage. Then she's going to force me to blink out. I can't, if she starts to aim at me, blink back here and do work, which I'd prefer to do because I'm already low on blink. So it probably made sense to play from here, hold this angle, just not let her in, or to invest time in walking out like this, which I'd have preferred the former in this case. Okay, and you do that, and I'd have probably said no, it's not enough HP, and you're not under enough pressure, but that's okay.
Much obliged.
Sure.
That was one of those.
Yeah, it was weird. It was.
It was like, yeah, when I'm like moving, and then I already queue up the fact that I'm gonna blink in my mind. Sometimes. Yep.
Okay, cool. No problem. I get it. It was kind of like I'm primed to do this, and okay, guess we're doing that. So ideally, we've spent a lot of time here. We'd have actually spent this time. We could already be here by now. And while that's not amazing, it's a little more interesting than I'm gonna push it down this way at this point. But that's okay.
Oh no, I just meant I was trying to melee.
Oh,
The...
I know. I saw.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I was moving on to the next topic. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sorry if I didn't make that clear by responding directly enough to what you were saying. But I got it. And I immediately understood what happened, too. Okay. I hate this. I hate this. I hate that you're here standing behind your Zarya and Winston as opposed to being out here. Like, if they push you back and you have to rejoin your team from an angle, so be it. But you're just like... You might as well be on Bastion right now, right? Like, if you're going to stand here sort of like this is... No, we don't want to be here. And this can't be our retreat path. Better.
I'd be cool if Bastion had blinks.
Right? Well, except that my point is you're not using the mobility.
Yeah,
you're not taking
right.
advantage of it. Interesting. We're going to have to talk about these pulse bombs at some point. But hey. Okay.
Feeling powerful.
Back in the fight.
Again. Okay. So. Cool. My team is going this way. My Winston and my Hanzo are going this way. So you're going to go hookah, right? Okay.
Well, not in this case, but yes.
Yes. Okay. So I see what's happening here, and I see why you feel like you're being carried, and it's just like not recognizing what the off angle is, which you did a much better job of in the Lijiang Tower game. But that's okay. Now you retreat this way, which is fine. Oh, you have a tank that's going to follow you wherever you go. That's kind of annoying. Okay. Sure. Oh!
Yep, that was so... I had to, like, look back what happened.
Yeah. That
So
hurts.
unfortunate.
That hurts.
Keep out of my way.
Okay. So I don't have time for the second round here, but I
Yep.
can pretty much tell you what happened in this game was you weren't understanding. Like, if you guys are fighting here, this is your flank. If you guys are fighting here, this is a flank. This is a flank. If you're fighting back here and your team is here, okay, you can threaten over here, or you can turn Hookah Room into a deeper flank. But, like, you're doing too much fighting down mid, and, like you'd have felt so much more comfortable on it. It wouldn't be right for them to do it either, but you'd have felt so much more comfortable on a Kree, a Soldier, even a Bastion back here if you're just going to be like sort of shooting it down main here. Like, Tracer's just not very good at this like forward back like fight thing. Like, you get there quickly, but you're kind of weak. You don't have that power. Your blinks aren't doing a lot for you, and that's really what happened. Like, you just need to suck it up and go, no, I'm going to control over here, and I'll let them come in a little, and I'll get them from the side, or I'll let them come in a little, and then I'll have access to their back line, that sort of thing. Or it's taking too long, our team is winning too hard. Okay, I guess I'll go deeper like this and do this. Like, it really was about You're feeling like you're carried because Tracer doesn't contribute very much when she's doing this. You follow?
And nonetheless, our team just won.
Oh,
That is why. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, the reason that you kept doing this, I think if this game had been closer, you probably would have started taking flanks more. But I think the reason you weren't taking your flanks is because you looked at this. It's not that you looked at this; it's that you went, "Hey, I feel like I don't have time. I feel like I'm going to miss out on the fight if I don't just blink in and contribute minimal to moderate damage." You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah.
okay. Okay, but that's why you feel like you're not doing much. And the reality is you actually still will get more, not with this one necessarily, but if you go, hey, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and if I really feel like we're winning hard, I'm not going to blink out here. I'm going to take a risk and blink out here and be like 1 or 0 blinks back here, play from back here, and now that I have more blinks, I'm actually going to make eliminations happen from back here. But that's tough when there's a Tracer on the other team, and it would have been a greedy play, sure. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and call this one here.